For many Canadian families, September is kind of a blur of school schedules, extracurricular activities, but October could be the time to set up your family for success for the rest of the school year. Here with his top 4 ways to give your children the best foot forward is education strategist Dwayne Matthews. Good to see you. I always love it when you're here. I always say there's so much takeaway from your tips. So let's start with, it all starts with the schedule.
So it all starts with the schedule. Now, after September, everybody usually comes in and they're very excited about what to do after getting back from the cottage, and then September is an absolute blur.
It is.
And so coming around to October, the best thing to do is to really work with your child to get a schedule. And that schedule really has to be both of you working together, coming up with musts and mays. Some of the examples, I don't know if you can see this here, this is an actual notebook with my son's actual schedule on it that we've worked on together. And so we kind of have that, we have the schedule, and then we flip over to a checklist, and this is what he has in the morning for his morning, and this is for his afternoon. So he knows
let's hold
right
that up
away.
again, just so everyone can see. So you can hold that there.
So he knows right away what's happening with his day and where he's supposed to be. And it's super, super helpful to get him into that rhythm.
And there's got to be something to be said about, you know, putting pen to paper.
Right.
Right? And have them also take part in ownership of these activities or things they have to do.
That's exactly really, really important, to have them take ownership and have some input on that as well.
Why is screen time one of your tips?
So my big thing is, you know, there's certain components of screen time and we have to manage them. If you think of technology as, people usually think of it as a screen. If you think of technology as something like a book is 600-year-old technology, and we manage that as well. There's certain things that you just can't read when you're 10, and so there's certain things on a screen that you just shouldn't be seeing all the time, and really managing that is helpful. I particularly like to use the screen time app. You can see mine here. I don't know if you can see that. And with this app, I can zoom right into my son's iPad. I can close that iPad, open the iPad. So there's certain things that he can't look at in the week, and there's certain things that he can look at for an hour or so on the weekend, and I control all that from my
monitoring that screen time.
Yeah.
But screen time is also, as you say, you know, it's technology that we're using now, so to incorporate that too with your child.
Right, and so it's not just, well, get rid of screen time. You have to have a lot of screen time. So the next thing that I like to talk about is digital augmentation.
Okay.
So if you think of learning as 2 parts, there's adaptive learning, which is working towards a goal, kind of like in school going to a test, and there's personalized learning, things that you're super, super interested in. So you can digitally augment these things if you split them into 2. So with adaptive learning, you can do things to help fill gaps. And with personalized learning, you're looking at things that they're generally curious, empathizing around certain concepts or certain ideas, and diving down into holes that you may not necessarily be an expert in.
So let's say if they're interested in dinosaurs, for example, you can take that and, you know, as one of their their passions, and then you can dive a little bit deeper.
Exactly. They're great augmented reality apps for dinosaurs that are fantastic, and they can take a really deep dive into that.
Get creative and plan your own projects. What do you mean by that? So
that's an extension of the digital augmented reality, which is really thinking about what's an interesting project that you may be interested in. For example, my son got really, really interested in a YouTube channel. And so he went on to YouTube, found YouTube Academy, spent 5 hours really taking a deep dive as to how do I create a channel, what do I need to get, how do I get a tripod, he wants a tripod for Christmas. So all these things really help to have him design individual projects and become really, really interested in being curious. And that's really, really important moving into the second half of the 21st century is curiosity.
We want to foster that for sure. Kicking off a theme with a special dinner.
So this is our favorite thing. What we do is we have particular themes and character traits that we'd like to cover, and we have an initiation dinner. We get dressed up, we both put on our suits, and we typically find somewhere really nice to go. We've gone to the Yes, this is us.
Your son.
We've gone to the CN Tower a few times. Here we're actually going out for ramen, and what we do is we pick 1, 2, maximum 3 themes, and we speak on those. So the first time the theme was kindness. This time the theme is independence, initiation, and confidence.
What a great
idea. So all of our conversation, anytime it has to do with anything in school, is around those 3 themes. And that way the parents don't get too bogged down with saying everything all the time. We can just focus on those.
Focus and have a plan. Well, thank you so much for being here, Dwayne.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great takeaways.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.